Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great time and having a wonderful afternoon. So I'm waiting for Ingrid to come through so that I can invite her. We can have this conversation. It's a brief chat today. Okay. So Ingrid, I am going to send you, can you send me a request to join? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Impact Point. Welcome, Ingrid. Ingrid, please send me an invite to join. Welcome, Basi. Yes, here we go. So Ingrid, I've just invited you to come through.
There we go.
Hi, Ingrid. How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today for this flash chat. Okay, so what I was thinking is let's just go straight in and just start the chat because I know you're a very busy woman. You have great things to serve. But also, this video is going to be saved on my IG video library, so people can
Exactly.
see it later on. Okay, but I just want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah.
And for those of you who are joining, welcome in advance. So if you're wondering what is this chat really all about, so this chat, I decided to start this chat. It's called Where Is She Now, which is a follow-up on all of the Let's women, on all of the women that I have served at Let's, or some. You never know how far this goes, okay? So I thought to start with Ingrid because she's one of my favorite clients ever that I work with.
Blush, blush.
And it's because I'm literally seeing the impact of her work, and it's so inspiring, Ingrid. What you're doing is so inspiring. So, hello to everyone. My name is Ayuma Michelle, and I'm the founder story coach at Let's. Let's is a social brand that I started in 2015 to empower global women's stories for global change. Over the last 5 years, I've managed to serve over 500 global leaders from different parts of the world, and also spoken online and offline audiences through keynotes to more than 1,000 audiences. And this is across 5 continents, okay? So one of such amazing leaders includes Ingrid. And Ingrid is from the Netherlands and she's based here in Kenya. And she is the founder and NLP coach and also life coach at Open Heart Coaching, where she's empowering amazing people like you to do you and be you. Welcome again, Ingrid.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Ingrid, I remember when we began working together, our project together, right? It was just at the beginning of 2020, which we never knew how serious this year would be, right? And
No idea.
you had just registered the business, you were setting up the systems, and you told me during our interview, our pre-coaching interview, you told me that you were looking to set up website, you were looking to, figure out things like logos and marketing and branding. And I remember very well that you were a bit apprehensive or shy about going online, right? And I remember I really poked you and pushed you to consider just going full on online and pivoting online, because that's literally that's the kind of challenge I was seeing for myself. I was challenging myself to go online, but I saw so much opportunity. So I have a question for you. Looking back 1 year later, what would have been the consequence of you not investing in brand storytelling coaching as you were setting up your business? And what opportunities did you have missed out on, or going online, or the number of people that maybe you served?
Okay, thank you so much once more, Ayuma, for inviting me to share my experience, because it's been a really good experience. It's been an awesome experience. So I'm just really happy to be here and talk about it. I think, like, and it's probably clear to everybody that's here, you know, listening on Instagram, which is online, it's a social media platform. In this day and age, it'd be very hard for you to operate successfully without an online presence. Yeah, of course you can operate. Of course, your word of mouth is also really important, and you can find people like that. But if there's no place where people can find you, where people can see what you're doing, it's really hard for people to even know that you exist. And it's also really hard for you not to be able to spread your message, right? So yeah, I think being active online is really important, especially at this moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I remember that you were really interested in, when you were thinking branding, when you reached out to me for support with brand storytelling coaching, I remember you were talking a lot about like website, you were talking about logos, you were talking about that. So what did you already try out before on your own before you reached brand storytelling coaching?
Yeah, so I had a Facebook page, like my personal Facebook page. So surely I was already doing some things there. I was talking about coaching. I made a few events here and there. You know, I was kind of started to tell the story, but very, very minimal still. I wasn't on Instagram. Of course, I didn't, because I had just set up the website, the company. I didn't have a website. I was in a few groups. Of course, I would reach out to people on WhatsApp and things like that. But yeah, I knew it needed a push. I think what I really also found really interesting about our interaction is that I thought branding is website. Branding is a website, is a logo, is a this, is a that, you know, all the practical stuff. And I think you really forced, it sounds really bad, but yeah, emphasized the importance of the story behind, you know, like, so you can't just, yeah, you can start setting up your website, but be clear about your story first, because what is even going to be on your website here? So I think that was a huge push for me in our interaction to really look into that.
Yeah, and one thing that I really, really have come to love about your brand, I'm one of those close followers of your brand, which I really love, how much of you is in all of these pages. Like, I know that I worked with you as your coach, but I'm now discovering levels of you, which I was like, wow, this woman is amazing. What? You know? And that's why I was like, wow, it's such an honor that I had a chance to work with you. And so now I have this question that, what exactly was your experience like with regards to brand storytelling? You've already told us that at first you were thinking branding or brand storytelling was about logos and websites, and that you later on realized that all that means nothing if you have no story to back it, because the story is what influences that. So how did you find our working relationship with regards to the activities, and what was your highlight?
I can't thank you enough. I really believe it was like a really good experience. Of course, it was just, you know, people that know you and that have interacted with you and that see you here on this live, the lives that you do, know that, you know, you're a very warm personality, out there, talkative. So of course, like the interactions were just, you know, great interactions just to start with. I really felt like, you know, I was having coffee with a friend, but in the meantime, we were talking about really, really, really important things, right? So it was really warm and welcoming, which, you know, which I really, really appreciated. And then you were always super prepared. Like, you had done your homework. You had like tons of examples here, there. You know what this company did, and you know what they did, and what you could, you know, try out, or don't be afraid to do this, don't be afraid to do that. So like, yeah, your preparedness and the examples that you had, and that you were also so willing to share, you know, you didn't have to, but you shared all your experience and your examples with me as well, which I really, really appreciated. I think one of the things that I really appreciated most is also that you pushed me. Yeah, because I need that a bit here and there sometimes. where if you're going to engage with the humor, she will make sure that you get to where you need to go. She won't just let you off the hook when you're like, oh, but I want to kind of do this and that and that and that, and then the humor would be like, Ingrid, that's too broad. Specify, focus. So I think that was, when you need that's really, really helpful. And sure, even if you are a bit better at choosing than I am with some things, it's still really helpful to have someone look at your work, look at what you want to bring out there and say, hey, this can really resonate, or maybe you change this a little bit. So that was really, really helpful. Yeah, you're pushing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very interesting because sometimes when people meet up with me, they think that my personality as an individual, it's the same when I'm coaching. When I'm coaching, I become a real sergeant, especially when it's your brand and your story, you're in trouble. They push you to get it out and do justice. Yeah?
Yeah. And but you push with love, right?
Yes, love. Yeah, it's tough love.
Tough love, but you do, and I really appreciate it. And then you also give really good feedback. Yeah. So yes, hey, how about this? Or would that work better? Or like it was very constructive. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, which also makes me think about this. One thing, I don't know whether you realize this or notice this, but over the last 1 year, I've been observing your brand, growing with it. I just really love your brand. It's reached a point where, Ingrid, I can tell from the poster, I can tell this is Ingrid's workshop or this is Ingrid's work.
Mm-hmm.
How much of you is in it? Like, I see the cycling, I see the outdoorsiness, and I'm like, this is so Ingrid. So I'm curious, like, now a year later, what kind of ease are you experiencing with just being yourself? Because with regards to storytelling, I teach people that your unique value proposition is you. Because many business owners, because I serve many women who run small businesses, small and medium enterprises, and oftentimes they try to be like corporates by, being this stoic kind of like generic kind of things. Let's just deal with the business, but bring yourself out of it. So now that I lovingly push you to be more of yourself, to bring more of you into your brand, what has that experience been like, and what kind of ease are you currently experiencing?
Yeah, I think it's so important, especially when you're offering like services, like people buy people, right? So they have to know like who is this coach that I'm going to engage with. If there's nothing of me in it, then people have no idea who they're going to engage with, what I'm like, what maybe my challenges have been. Can I support you with this? So for me, like that's bringing you into it, bringing myself into also the branding of the company, and just being authentic. It has always been really important for me. I have a really hard time pretending to be somebody that I'm not. And I also don't really want to do that. So this is me. Seize what you get, and take it or leave it. I'm easy with that. So yeah, authenticity is very, very important. And I think by me also, being authentic, I also give you the permission to also be authentically you. Yeah, to be truly who you are and do what you need to be doing, what you want to be doing. So I think in that sense, it's very important to put myself in also my branding and my stories and everything that I share. Mm-hmm. Not sure if I've answered your question. Or...
You have, and also thinking about. The pandemic is still upon us, and considering the fact that the business has really grown compared to where you were when you were starting out in 2020, it has really, really grown. So how many people have you managed to serve? Like, how many people have you had the opportunity to serve and impact their lives? And let's start with that first.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think we all know last year was a very, unusual year for a lot of people also in business. So I think after we had just completed our engagement or maybe we were still even doing the last little bits when, you know, the first case was announced here in Kenya, and I needed a few months to get back up, like, to be honest with you, because I was so excited about now starting this and starting that and doing, and so when all of a sudden everything was out, I needed a few months there to pivot, and also to go online with my services, not just with my branding and not just with you know, website, social media, but also just my services to offer them online. So yeah, the first few months were a bit were a bit low, but then I think once I started becoming like really comfortable with that, in the last year or so, like I've served like over 100 people through workshops. Wow. This is online workshops, and also as we had a few months where we went back to, you know, meeting, of course, like it's a bit different again now, but also I do workshops in the forest. Like I've had people joining that, I've had people joining online. Not done any workshops like in a office setting since because of COVID. But yeah, about 100 people through more than 100 people through workshops, and then of course also individual clients. Yeah, some came through the social media pages, others came through, you know, other engagements. But again, in the past year, and of course the way things look also in the next couple of weeks or months, our social engagements, meeting people here, there, is going to be very limited. So we can't trust that, oh yeah, I will meet someone at a party, or I will meet someone when I'm going for a hike or a bike ride, or no, like we're not meeting so many people. So being online is very important.
Yeah. And I really like that, Ingrid, because even like I've noticed that you've really been boosting lots of your posts. That's how I'm always seeing you. And in some way, because you see how you said that because we're no longer meeting physically, we are now relying on. I find that especially tell your brand story with you at the lead, that in some way is giving people a taste of who you are, which is the same as a meeting and, you know, like a networking event somewhere and meeting somebody and somebody telling you their story. So literally telling your story online is giving people a taste of whom you are and what the story is like, and so that they can actually buy into you. And I really like how you've really been very, very consistent with boosting those posts. Like I've learned even more about you, even despite being your coach. I now learn so much more about you, and I'm just so happy to see your brand grow. I mean, over 100 people, well done. I know other people stop, other people threw their hands in the air and they gave up. They were like, oh my goodness, this COVID thing has come to end things. But I hope that it's an encouragement to people to know that you were setting up your brand in the thick of COVID, like literally when it had just announced, you were launching your business, and now a year later you've served more than 100 people. So let them know that it's just an encouragement to know that a pandemic does not stop your work, it does not stop your purpose. Purpose still moves on. Purpose remains relevant.
It might even become more important, because I think especially when you're in the space of coaching or providing other kinds of services that people really need in these times, your purpose becomes even more important, and it's even more of a push to say, you know what, yes, it's a bit more complicated, it's a bit tricky, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But this is really what I want to offer, you know, to the world, because people, it's needed, yeah.
And you're a perfect example for that. So thank you for sharing that. So I'm really curious, Ingrid, when you look back at the woman that you were a year, setting up the systems of your business, COVID virus has just been announced all over the world and in Kenya, and you're like, oh, I'm still going to start. How would you encourage that woman and such women, especially women-led SMEs? Would you encourage them? How would you encourage them to pursue brand storytelling so that they may sort of experience what you've experienced? I mean, what would be your advice to such women SMEs?
Oh yes. Yes, and I have done that even in the past year. Whenever I hear somebody is like, oh, you know, I'm starting a business and I need to get out there, and I'm like, you know, go to a Yuma. Like, she's wonderful, she will get you where you need to be. So I think it is really important, because you're you can start all these things about websites and branding and everything, but I've said this before, like you need to get your story right as well. What is your why? Who are you serving? Why do you do what you do? Why is what you do important? And to really think through these questions with the guidance of someone that also can really support you and encourages you, by the way, thank you for that. And can also be like, hold you accountable and be that person that says, push and choose here is really important. Yeah, like this is the time to do it, because maybe if things are a little quiet or a little low, then take this time to really build your brand, so that maybe if it's something that you're doing that will start again much faster, much more intense after these lockdown measures have been lifted, like then at least you're ready. Don't wait. Don't wait until then. Like do it now. Get yourself ready out there. And yeah, maybe some of the services or products that you do offer are actually highly in need or in demand right now. Maybe you need to pivot a little bit, and I'm sure you can also support with that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend.
Yeah, pivoting is a must, especially during this time. We can no longer run our businesses the same way. And especially as many women, I think the beauty of being online is that there are so many things which in our own countries, this is Women's Month that's coming to an end. We already know the many barriers that already exist that are holding back many women businesses to thrive, right? But just being online, it's like you're breaking through all of those glass ceilings that exist in systems with, does this bank allow you to do this? Does this space allow women to operate? Does this so and so and so? You can literally start your business with an Instagram account today.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah.
Your Instagram account.
I know loads of people did.
Yeah. Because that's how we started, right, Ingrid? We didn't start with like super serious mechanics. We began with we began with our stories, because so far where we've reached, we've been resourced to share, to teach, to empower with whatever we do. And we've been, and because we've gone through that transformation in our own lives, we can offer that. So you can literally start your business with an Instagram account with your story today, and you're open today,
Exactly.
So an encouragement. Remember, Ingrid started her business in the thick of COVID, right? And 1 year later, she served more than 100 people. So no excuses. No excuses. People can experience amazing results with your brand. So Ingrid, what if people want to learn more about you? What exactly do you do, and where can they find you? So that if they want to find you.
Well, on Instagram, as you just said. So Open Hearth Coaching. I'm not sure if somebody watches this video after they can see Open Hearth Coaching. Mm-hmm. Or yeah. So it's sorry?
I'll even put it as a comment.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So definitely check out my Instagram page. The same name, also find me on Facebook. So it's Open Hearth, which is a combination, because I know that's a bit of a tricky part now that I'm saying it out loud. It's a combination of an open heart. Yeah. So you need, for coaching, to engage in coaching, your heart needs to be open, willing to look at yourself, but also as a coach, my heart is open. Yeah. My heart is open to you. But then it's also heart with a H at the end. So this is a heart like a fireplace, because a fireplace for me symbolizes like everything that coaching stands for as well. A fireplace is a place where you come together, where you connect, where you share, where stories are told, stories about life, where you learn, where there's warmth, where, of course, like fire, fire, the sparks and the fire in yourself, and the energy and the transformation. Everything about a fireplace to me is what coaching stands for. Yeah. So that's hence the name Open Hearth with an H at the heart. Yeah. So Open Hearth Coaching, coaching and workshops. But if you just do Open Hearth Coaching, you can find it. My website, I know there's a little bit of delay in that one, but I have been working on it, and hopefully the website will be up sometime soon as well. But meanwhile, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram. Of course, you can always reach out, talk to me on WhatsApp, or give me a call on my phone, 0708 07087377129. That's 0708737129. Yeah, so also always feel free if you need more information, just reach out. Yeah. Oh, you asked what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've used the word coaching so much now. I'm a life coach. I'm a certified NLP life coach. I coach. My coaching is like one-on-one, so we can do an individual session like the one I had with Ayuma, where it's just a private engagement, where we can really dive into the issues and the topics that you want to work on. But I also offer workshops. I'm actually going to offer an online masterclass series starting next week, Tuesday, to really tap into your power, your power to choose, your power to respond, your power to just really be you. Small groups, because I really believe in the power of smaller groups where we can really dive in. Sometimes I also do bigger groups, so there might be an online, of course we're pivoting again this month, so I might add a few more online workshops this month. There is I do a lot of work in the forest or in outdoors, because I love going outdoors, and just the combination of nature and coaching is more than the sum of the two. I always find it's so helpful to go for a walk in the forest. You breathe fresh air, and we just talk about whatever thing that is maybe challenging for you at the moment, or habits that you want to change, and really I think in the past year, the feedback that I've gotten from people is really after a session, people feel lighter and calmer, and just things are more easy. And I feel like that is such a big win, because if that's the case, if you feel less heavy, it's also easier for you to make the right choices. Yeah. And so this really also comes a lot with just getting to know yourself, understand yourself, understand your emotions, understand your triggers, understand what's holding you back, your limiting stories. So we work on a lot of those kind of things, really to support you in what you said, truly being and doing you. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time, Ingrid. Those of you who've heard her story and would love to support with life coaching and also NLP coaching to be you and do you, experience the very best version of your life by doing you and being you, please reach out to Ingrid. I'll share a comment below after this video. This live has been saved by IGTV video. You can still go back to it and listen to the wisdom and from the experience of Ingrid, from literally launching a business in the thick of COVID and still not even surviving, you're thriving. The fact that you're able to serve amazing women, and you served over 100 women, not women, 100 people.
Yeah, men and women.
That literally is thriving during an entire pandemic. So don't let it stop you from launching your brand. Don't let it stop you from serving, because there are people who urgently need to be served by you. Never know that for such a time as this, that your brand actually showed up and served and actually thrived. So don't hold yourself back, okay? So thank you so much for your time, Ingrid. I've really enjoyed this chat with you. You've given me the confidence to even reach out to some other clients and see.
Yeah, no, you should, because I'm sure we all have different experience of working with you as well, and that wealth of experience that you have, bring it out there. And if anybody is listening right now wanting to also set up your business, or maybe you've had your business running for a while, but you feel like it needs just more in-depth, more push, more clarity, I can really recommend to do a branding session or a branding program with Ayuma, because storytelling is just so important. You learn how to tell your story, who you are, what you do, and get it out there, and get people to enjoy who you are and see who you are, be seen. Yeah.
Thank you so
much for always encouraging me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Actually, that's one of my natural gifts, encouraging and teaching. So this literally opportunity to do that, and to do that willingly and to enjoy it. So thank you so much. So for those of you who want to learn more about Let's and my journey, please go to www.letsfindyourstory.com. And if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me about brand storytelling, what does the experience look like? What does a program look like? Because I'm working on a program. Please reach out to me at info@letsfindyourstory.com, and I'll be sure to get back to you and to give you the answers that you do need. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you, Ingrid, for joining us and for being so generous with your experience and with your story. I wish you the very best with your brand. I'm a fan, you know, and I hope that the rest of you will have the courage, just like Ingrid, to launch your business, launch your brand, and to be you. You are the unique value proposition of your brand. Stop trying to be like a corporate. Just simply lead your brand with your unique story. Okay? So have a lovely day, afternoon, night, wherever it is that you're joining us from. I know that we have a global audience. So have a lovely one wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video, the next Where Is She Now episode. Okay?
Wonderful, wonderful, awesome. Thank you. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.